campground. Toorale National Monday plains, I'll give you. So there's your well, good morning, day 3, and we've woken up at 4 Mile Campground to a gorgeous day, which, given what we've been going through on recent trips, is brilliant. So we're very happy about that. This is camp as we did it last night. Not much to show. We were worried about some rain, so we moved the swag in a bit further just to give us some more cover, and of course it didn't rain. So yeah, you prep for it doesn't happen, so I suppose that's probably a good thing. Anyway, today we're going to get ourselves organised shortly, and we'll probably have some brekkie, and then we'll head into Brewarrina, look around there, and we'll be heading towards Bourke and look around there. So I'm not going to go through what everybody else does and show you us having breakfast and coffee and stuff, but I will show you more after we've packed up and we get going. We've just packed up camp and left 4 Mile Campground outside Brewarrina. Had a great night's sleep there last night, second night with the swag and this new stretcher. Way nicer to sleep on that stretcher than just a swag on the ground. 2 nights on and I'm converted. So yeah, we're heading to Brewarrina now, and we'll have a look around and see what we can find in there. Apparently there's some fish traps that the Aboriginal people put in there many years ago, so we'll check that out, see what else there is to find, and show you that as we go along before we make our way towards Bourke. So we'll see you then. Well, we've come into Brewarrina. We found where the fish traps are. I'll give you a look at that in a minute. But behind me here, it's not behind me now, is it? Is a symbolic looking area. It hasn't got any signage to say what this is about, but it's got a lot of indigenous pictures carved into the stones. So you take some kind of a guess. Now if anybody knows, by all means comment. It's like some kind of ceremonial thing. Obviously a reconstruction of what the indigenous would have done, but the blocks are all sort of set around in the middle here, and there's like a viewing area over there, so looks ceremonial. I really don't know, and there's no signage to tell me, so I'll take a guess.
As I see it, this is where the fish traps are supposed to be, but as you can see, she a bit flooded. Had a lot of rain out here, and the river nice and wide. It's good to see so much water out here. New South Wales definitely broke the drought.
In amongst all the swampy bits over here, the reedy bits, is kind of where the fish trap area was. It still is, just underneath. So not much I can show you about the very famous Brewarrina fish traps. So I'm not sure what else there is to look at around Brewarrina. We'll have a quick look on the paperwork we've got, then we'll probably head towards Bourke. But we'll take you with us. It's very pretty though. Power of nature. Well, we've made it into Bourke on the Mitchell Highway. It's another impressive bit of silo art. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? There is a sign telling you about this silo art. This is on the Mitchell Highway, which is not the way we came in, having come from Brewarrina. It's Percy Hobson. So I'm fairly obviously Percy Hobson looks like he must have been a high jumper. But anyway, regardless of the reason, silo art's pretty impressive, isn't it? So worth a look. There's a bit of construction going on around this, a little bit harder to get around it. Got some really nice looking pictures on it, that's for sure. I don't know what's around this side. Wonder if it stops. A lot of silo art doesn't go all the way around, but this one looks like it does. Got birds and indigenous figures. Pretty impressive to have the whole silo painted all the way around it. Let's try and get back far enough so you can get a look. That's not bad at all. Should be more silo art in more towns. Why not? Now we're going to go and find some of the other attractions around Bourke and give you a look at those as we go. Well, we've come to the Bourke Cemetery because Fred Hollows is buried here. And I'm sure there's a few other famous people. So I'm going to have a look around. Find what we can. Anybody who doesn't know who Fred Hollows is, he's a very famous eye surgeon. Did a lot of good over the years in some remote countries and third world countries. So yeah, we'll show you what we can. Oh, here is Fred Hollows' gravesite. Pretty big lump of granite polished up with the writing on it. A few dedications. A lot of other stuff just around here, like this particular rock. That's Fred Hollows' eye doctor. The key he used to undo locks was vision for the poor. There you go. Which he did do. Did a lot of free work. Mostly free work. Pretty famous person to be buried in the cemetery. this whole board about Fred over here. That's all your info there. You can read up much more easily online than what I can show you here. Well, we've arrived at the port of Bourke. So this is a historical bit of town to have a look at. Encaged in here is the Crossley engine. I don't know what a Crossley engine is, but it's historical. It's an engine. So twin cylinder oil fueled stationary engine built in 1923 by Crossley Brothers of Manchester, England, originally used in the Sydney Powerhouse to generate electricity for Sydney. And I moved it here because it's a historical engine. So, yeah. There you go. That's how you used to generate power in the old days. Like that. That, if you can see it, is a piston. Now where we are is the wharf area, and there's a multi-storey wharf for paddle steamers, and I'm guessing mostly paddle steamers, and then the other cargo vessels that used to come up the river. So we'll go out here and have a squiz at it. I'm not sure if this is a replica of the wharf or the actual wharf. There's a hell of a lot of writing there. That's just a plaque commemorating Walter H. Mitchell. So this is meant to be a multi-tiered wharf, so which it looks like it is. So apparently it's no swimming, no diving, no jumping. Don't do any of those. It's a nice big flooded river for you to look at, hence why it's so bloody brown. This was obviously very major for trade in the old days, and the steamers coming up the river. It's all very, very major indeed. I think I can get down onto the next level. I'll give you a look down there in a sec. Well, I reckon I could have got down further. I'm on the bottom level of the 3 tiers. Well, not quite the bottom level. There's a stairway here that will take us straight into the drink. So let's assume somewhere under there, there's more wharf. And this is the bottom level. This is what it looks like coming up from here. Of course, people have graffitied on the back walls and things. You can't leave things alone. Well, now I'm taking it to the next level. What an adventure. People who know will know what that meant. People who don't, well, just trust me, it meant something. Here we are at the second level, which is the next level from where I just was. Yeah.
You can definitely imagine.
I'd imagine. Yeah.
Come along, wouldn't you? Imagine paddle steamer come along and she brings in dock here, you unload the bale or something, and then the passengers up top or something. Wow.
Yeah. Incredible.
Or it's the other way around, who knows?
They'll unload something somewhere. No doubt about that. Not a bad structure though.
Unreal.
And considering it's pretty warm here today, down under here, it's quite cool, which is pleasant.
Look how swollen that river is though.
Yeah, these rivers are up. We just had some major rain events in Queensland and New South Wales not that long ago. So by the time this is filmed, there might have been, by the time this is aired, this might have been a while ago, but I'm filming this probably 2 weeks after some very major rain events. So the flooding is, the worst of flooding is gone, but rivers are still well truly up compared to where they would normally be. Now this is the three-tiered hysterical wharf, dock, jetty, whatever you want to call it. This is Kaz, looking gorgeous as always.
Hello.
Sporting, shameless plug here, the new purple Mud Ducks Four Drive touring shirt. It looks great, doesn't it? Alright, we'll go and see what else we can find around Bourke. So there's obviously a very, very important port in the Darling River system, although this is still the Brewarrina River. We haven't made it down to the Darling yet. Well, we'll see you in a while. Near the port precinct is this sign, which I showed you there, but I won't keep focused on it. I'll let you look at the river while I talk. This Darling River run. Quick facts about the Darling River: varies from scattered water holes to 80 kilometres wide in flood. Captain Charles Sturt named it after New South Wales Governor Ralph Darling in 1829. Important to Australia's European heritage. Just move you around a bit, don't want to look at the same spot all the time, do we? As a vital transport route for settlement and pastoral development, paddle steamers brought supplies to towns and stations and transported wool on major ports. River ports established included Walgett, Brewarrina, Bourke, Louth, Tilpa, Wilcannia, Menindee, Pooncarie and Wentworth. The importance of the Darling River for transport declined in the 1920s as new forms of transport emerged.
The port of Bourke became the focus of the world's largest wool industry. At one time, up to 80 riverboats and barges serviced the area. By the 19th century, Bourke was a major inland port meeting the needs of expanding farming population. Paddle steamers regularly plied. Whoops.
Paddle steamers regularly plied the Darling River. The last commercial service ceased in 1931. It's pretty cool.
Check it out, the river's... Wow.
1880 floods. Wow. Well, there you go. So we're officially on the Darling River run. We're not on the Darling River yet. This is still the Brewarrina. So, yeah, we'll show you some more at some stage. Well, while in Bourke, we've decided we're coming out the information centre. There's apparently all sorts of good stuff in here. So we'll go in, we'll have a look. And if there's anything I can show you, I will. Weirdly enough, it took a bit of finding, but it's actually on the Mitchell Highway, but they call it Kidman Way. And GPS has struggled to find a good way to get you here. Weird. Anyway, we found it in the end. So here we are, the back of Bourke Centre. So we'll go inside and see what there is to see. Well, we're in the exhibition centre. We've just come out. Just had a 20-minute video, which wouldn't have come up very well on the camera, so I didn't shoot that for you. And we're out through a little garden area, and you can hear audio recordings of people talking, telling you about things.
Things we can't see.
The exhibition centre here, you get a pass for 2 days.
It affects people.
So
It really does.
it should be worth having a look. Anyway, we've just been out of one building into the next.
Well, I understand that.
We'll see what else we can find as we go.
The bird one.
So a little short look around in here, this park. It's a pretty big place. $23 an adult to come for a wander through. That's for a 2-day pass. So I guess it's like most of these kind of places. You could do it in an hour, or you could take a whole day. Depends how much you want to read. In the Explorers section at the present time, telling you about looking for inland seas and all that kind of stuff. The model of the North Bourke Bridge in 1883. All of that kind of cool stuff. Into the next part. And there's models of paddle steamers which look really, really good. There's a bit to see here. It looks like a multi-tiered sort of wharf as well. Yeah, what are we going on? I'd suggest, if you're in Bourke, come and check this out for yourself. Could be here a while. Well, after 3 days and 1,000+ kilometres, we've finally hit some dirt. 1,051 k's we've done on this trip so far. So we hit the dirt a couple of k's ago. We're on the Toorale Road, heading into Toorale National Park, which is southwest, I think it's southwest of Bourke, between Bourke and Louth, but it's on the north side of the Darling River. Most people travel to Louth from Bourke on the south side and go past Bourke National Park. Kaz and I, last time we were out this way, went to Bourke National Park, so we figured this time we'll go this side. Go and have a quick look at Toorale and see what's in there. We've got no idea what's there, might not be there very long. We'll probably camp there overnight, given as how it's 3:30 in the afternoon. It's no longer daylight saving, so when we get there, we'll set up camp and we'll have a look around at what there is to see tomorrow. And continue on our way to Louth and Tilpa and all the places on the Darling. So, yep, 1,000 k's and we finally make the dirt. That's what we're looking at now.
Trying to show me my way in. The only point I reach is frustration. And then back again, then back again. Trying to see why I had to lie in. Go around the moon with your heart in. Then back again, then back again. Hey, draw your arrow back. I want you to find me into
like a stampede. Emus, kangaroos, got them all going. Yeah. Lots of wildlife here running around in the Toorale National Park.
Wow, that was like a stampede, that's for sure.
Gee, we've seen some emus this trip already, eh?
Definitely.
I don't think I've ever been on a trip and seen so many emus.
Give it one more chance.
Darling River Campground, Toorale National Park. Just before sunset. Kaz is working out the bin bag there. This is our setup for the night. At this stage, we're not planning to put a roof or walls or anything out over the swag. Just going to leave it like that. But we can put a sidewall up to cover it up reasonably quickly if we need to. So that's camp. This is just a great spot. And we've just been sitting here on these chairs, taking in the view. So this is the perspective of sitting in one of the chairs. Not bad, eh? It's a great spot. Well, like I do a lot of national parks, and you know, in fairness, I'm not usually a giant fan of them, but this one's pretty good. National Parks only took it over. It used to be a property. And National Parks took it over in 2000, and well, I think it was 2000. So 22 years ago, but still, I haven't national parked it. It's still pretty reasonable. Yeah, it's not a bad area at all. Just quickly wandering around here. It's a fenced off tree. I'm not sure what it's about. It has got a pit toilet here too, so we're not completely reliant on ourselves digging holes. But yeah, it's just on the edges. Really big flat plain out that way. So yeah, it's not bad. Anyway, I'm going to sort tea out in a minute. And by the time we go through that, darkness will be here, and I will no doubt catch up with you in the morning. So hopefully you're not minding this series so far. A little bit different, but yeah, that's what we like. We don't want to do the same tried and tested tracks all the time. Do a few different things. Well, Kaz, we made it to the national park. Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink. You can't get clinks out of cans in stubby cores. You just can't.
Check this out. The Darling River. How beautiful is this?
It's pretty specky. It's not a bad spot.
Just listen for 5 seconds.
Well, that brings us to the end of this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. A little bit more to see and do around the Bourke region than I originally thought there was. Get yourselves out there and have a look at the Outback experience and all those kind of things. It's really worth it. Anyway, take care, guys. Put a like on this video if you did enjoy it. It helps the channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And the old hands, thanks as always for taking time out of your day to watch one of my clips. Just get out there, enjoy the bush. And from Steve and Kaz at Mudduck's 4-wheel drive touring, cheers for now. We will see you on the next one. All the best, guys.